Okay, let's get on. I got a seat. Last Black Box performance of Love Flavors Lost. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you because it's not very good without you. This is the exam for the productions class. They work with me on this particular final performance, and that they chose it. We had a senior who's usually on stage who designed and put together this set. We have a junior who's been an excellent stage manager. All the kids did creating the lights, the sound, putting the costumes together, doing hair. They've just done a magnificent job. Now, they asked me to do this show last year, and since it's my last year, and it's okay. I'm gonna make this. No, I'm fine. Breathe. I didn't read this show till January. I had no idea that Shakespeare meant for this crazy show just to be put on in front of his cronies and Queen Elizabeth who liked a dirty joke. Yeah. I didn't know he was making fun of people in science and mathematicians and teachers and each other. But he was. And so it is complicated language. It rhymes. We've adjusted a little bit because Shakespeare and I spoke to each other. And he said it was fine. He understood. It is very active. You know that in the black box you may be messed with. That's just part being an audience member in the black box. In the black box, it's also sort of in the round, which means that the action is not always facing you. But there will be a face that faces you. Because that's me. Okay, fixing that. But there will be a face facing you. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Please support this department. It is amazing. Kids are amazing. Parents are amazing. Facilities are wonderful. I'll come back and get you. Believe me, the kids think I will. So, please know that this is probably one of the most wonderful places in the world. Have a good time tonight, because it's funny. And thank you for coming. Let's go.
After in their lives live registered upon our brazen tombs. Therefore, brave conquerors, for so you are to war against your own affections and the army of the world's desires. Our late edict shall strongly stand in place. Well, Navarre shall be a wonder of the world, a little academe, still and contemplative in living art. You three, Baron, Dumaine, and Longueville, have sworn for 3 years' terms to live with me, my fellow scholars, and to keep recorded those statutes that are written in this schedule here. When your oaths are passed, now subscribe your names that his own hand may strike his honor down that violates even the smallest wrench herein. If you are armed, as you are sworn to do, subscribe to your oaths and keep it too.
I am resolved. 'Tis but a 3 years fast. The mind shall banquet, though the body pine.
my lord, Dumaine is mortified. The grosser manner of this world's delights he throws upon the world's baser slaves. To love, to wealth, to pomp, I pine and die. With all these living in philosophy.
I can but say their protestation over. So much, dear liege, I have already sworn. That is, to live and study here 3 years. But there are other strict observances as not to see a woman in that term, which I hope is not enrolled there. And 1 day a week to touch no food, and but 1 meal on every day beside, which I hope is not enrolled there. And then to sleep but 3 hours in the night, and not be seen to nap of all the day, which I hope is not enrolled there. These are barren tasks, too hard to keep. Not to see ladies, study, fast, not sleep.
Your oaths are past to pass away from these.
Let me say no, my liege. And if you please, I only swore to study with your grace, and stay here in your court for 3 years' space.
You swore to that, Baron, and to the rest.
By yea or nay, sir. And then I swore in jest. What is the end of study? Let me know.
Why, to know that, which else we should not know.
Things hid and barred, you mean, from common sense.
Well, aye, that is study's godlike recompense.
Come on, then. I will swear to study so. To know the thing that I am forbid to know. As thus, to study where I may well dine, when I to feast expressly I am forbid. Or to study where to meet a mistress find, when mistresses from common sense are hid. Or having sworn too hard to keep an oath, study to break it, and not break my troth. If study's gain be thus, and this be so, study knows that which yet it doth not know. Swear me to this, and I will never say no.
These are the obstacles that hinder study so.
Why, most delights are vain. But that most vain which with pain purchased doth inherit pain, as painfully to pore upon a book to seek the light of truth. While truth the while doth falsely blind the eyesight of his look. Light seeking light of light beguile. So, ere you find where light in darkness lies, your eyes grow darker by losing of the light.
Well, how well he's read, to argue against reading. The Baron is like the envious sneaking frost that bites the firstborn infant of the spring.
Well, say I am. Why should I proud summer boast before birds have any cause to sing? Why should I join in an abortive birth? At Christmas, I no more desire a roast than wish a snow in May.
Well, sit you out. Go home, Baron. Adieu.
No, my liege, I already swore to stay with you. I will keep what I have sworn, and bind the penance in each 3 years' stay. Give me the paper. I'll read it over, and to the strictest decree, I'll write my name.
Well, how well this yielding rescues him from shame.
Item, that no woman shall come within a mile of my court. Had this been proclaimed?
4 days ago.
Let's see the penalty. On pain of loosing her tongue. Who devised this penalty?
Marry, that did I.
Sweet lord, and why?
To fright them hence with that dread penalty.
A dangerous law against gentility. Item. If any man be seen to talk with a woman within the term of 3 years, he shall endure such public shame as the others in the court can possibly devise. This article, my liege, yourself must break. For well you know here comes an embassy, the French king's daughter, with yourself to speak. A maid of grace and complete majesty about surrender of Aquitaine from her sick and bedrid father. Therefore, this article is made in vain.
Oh, this was quite forgotten.
So, study evermore is overshot. So on So laws.
We must gain dispense from this decree. Well, she must lie here on mere necessity.
Oh, necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within the term of 3 years' space. If I break my oath, this word shall speak for me. I am forsworn on mere necessity. So, to the laws at large, I'll write my name, and he that breaks them to the least degree will stand in accusation of eternal shame. But I believe that I am the last that will last keep his oath. But is there no quick recreation granted?
Oh, that there is. Our court, you know, is haunted with a refined traveller of Spain, one who the music of his own vain tongue doth ravish an enchanting harmony. This child of fancy, our motto called from tawny Spain. Well, how you delight, lords, I know not I, but I will be using him for my entertainment.
Our motto is a most illustrious man, a man of brand new words, fashions, oh night.
To start the swain, and he shall be our sport. And so to study 3 years is but short.
Unhand me! You unhand me now!
What is the Duke's own person?
This fellow, what woods?
I myself reprehend his own person, for I am his grace's officer. But I will see his own person in flesh and blood.
This is he.
Signor, on me commands you. There's only a rope. This letter will tell you more.
Sir, the contempts thereof were as touching me.
Oh, a letter from the magnificent Armado.
How low soever the matter, I hope in God for high words.
A high hope for a low heaven, God grant us patience.
To hear or cease hearing.
To hear, or to laugh, or to forbear both.
Well, sir,
The matter of it is to me as concerning Jack Quinetta. The manner of it is I was taking with the manner.
in what manner?
In manner and form following, sir, all those three. I was seen with her, in the manor house, sitting with her, upon the form, and then taking following again into the park, which in put together is in manner and form following. For the manner, sir, it is the manner of a man to speak to a woman.
For the form, in some form.
For the following, sir.
And it's a following my punishment, and God defend the right.
Will you hear this letter?
As we would hear an oracle.
Such is the simplicity of the man to be attracted to the flesh.
Great deputy, sole ruler of Navarre and my body's earth god.
No word of co-star yet.
So it is.
It may be so, because if he says it is so, he isn't telling true, but so.
Peace.
Be to me and every man that dare not fight.
No words.
Of other men's secrets, I beseech you.
So it is. Besieged with melancholy, that I betook myself to walk. The time when, about the 6th hour, when men sit down to supper. So much for the time when. Now for the ground which I mean, or I walked upon, it is called thy park. Now for the grounds which I mean I did encounter that most unseemly and improper act that thou viewest, beholdest, surveyest, or seest. There did I encounter that low-spirited swain, that base male of thy mirth, that shallow vassal,
Still me.
which, as I remember, called Costar,
Oh, me.
and consorted, contrary to thy established restrictive law, oh, with
With a wench.
a girl, a child of her grandmother Eve, a female, or for thy better understanding, a woman. I have sent him to receive punishment by thy sweet grace's officer, Anthony Doe.
Right. I'm it to please you. I'm Doe.
For Jacquinetta, so the weaker vessel is called, I have kept her as a vessel of thy law's fury, and at thine sweet notice shall bring her to trial. Thine in all compliments of devoted and heart-bearing heat of duty, Don Adriano de Armado.
It is not so good as I hoped for, but still the best ever I heard.
Aye, the best, fool, the worst. What say you to this?
I beg your best election.
Did you not hear the proclamation?
I do the best much the hearing of it. But ill the marking of it.
It was proclaimed a year's imprisonment to be taken with a wench.
I was taken with none, sir. I was taken with a damsel.
Well, it was proclaimed damsel.
I was taken with a damsel neither, sir. I was taken with a virgin.
Oh, it is very so, for it was proclaimed virgin.
If it were, sir, I deny her virginity. I was taken with a maid.
This maid will not serve your needs, sir.
This maid will serve my needs, sir.
Sir, I will pronounce your punishment. You shall fast a week on bran and water.
I would rather pray a month on mutton and porridge.
And Don Armado shall be your keeper. Lord Barone, see him delivered over. And let us go put in place that which hath so faithfully been sworn.
I lend my head to any good man's hand. These laws and oaths will prove an idle scorn. Sirrah, come on.
I suffer for the truth, for it is true I was taken with Jacquinetta, and Jacquinetta is a true girl. Affliction may one day smile again, and therefore I welcome the bitter cup of prosperity. Sit thee down, sorrow, sit thee down!
Boy! What sign is it when a man of great spirit grows melancholy?
The great sign, sir, that he will look sad.
Why, sadness is one and the same thing, dearie.
Oh, no, no, Lord, sir, no.
How canst thou part sadness and melancholy, my tender juvenile?
By a familiar demonstration of the working, my tough signor.
Why tough signor? Why tough signor?
Why tender juvenile? Why tender juvenile?
I said it, tender juvenile, as a congruent epithet appertaining to thy young days, which we may nominate tender.
And I, tough signor, as an impertinence title to your old age, which we may name tough.
Pretty and apt.
How mean you, sir? I pretty in my saying apt, or I apt in my saying pretty?
Thou pretty because little.
Little pretty because little. And wherefore apt?
Therefore apt because quick.
Speak you this in my praise, master.
Or in thy deserving praise.
I will praise an eel with the same praise.
What, that an eel is ingenious?
That an eel is quick.
I say thou art quick in thy answers. Thou art sweet as my blood.
I am answered, sir.
I love not to be cross.
Speaks the mere contrary. Cross is love, not him.
I have promised to study for 3 years with the Duke.
You may do it in an hour, sir.
Eso es imposible.
How many is one thrice told?
Now I am ill at reckoning, fitted the spirit of a waiter.
Well, you're a gentleman and an adventurer, sir.
Oh, I do confess both. They are both the varnish of a complete man.
Then I'm sure you know how much the gross sum of 2 and 1 amounts to.
it doth amount to one more than two.
Which the base vulgar do call... Three! Now why, sir, is this such a piece of study? Now, here's 3 studied a thrice blink. And how easy is it to put years to the word 3 and study 3 years and
Very fine figure, huh? I will confess it, boy. I am in love. And as it is base for a soldier to love, so I'm in love with a base wench. If drawing my sword against the humor of affection would deliver me from the reprobate thought of it, I will take desire prison and ransom him to any French courtier for a new device courtesy. I think scorn to sigh. Methinks I shall outswear Cupid. Comfort me, boy. What other great men have been in love?
Hercules, master!
Oh, most sweet Hercules. More authority, dear boy. More. And sweet, my child. Let them be men of good repute and carriage.
Oh, Samson, master. He was a man of good carriage, of great carriage. For he carried the town gates on his back like a porter, and he was in love.
Oh, most well knit Samson. Strong jointed Samson. I do outdo thee in my rapier, as much as thou didst me in carrying gates. But I am in love too. Who was Samson's love, dear Mo?
A woman, master.
Of what complexion?
Of all the 4, or the 3, or the 2? One of the 4.
Tell me precisely of what complexion.
Of the... Seawater green, sir?
Is that one of the 4 complexions?
As I have read, sir, and the best of them, too.
Well, green is indeed the color of lovers. But to have a love of that color, methinks Samson had small reason for it. He was surely affected for her wit.
It was so, sir, for she had a green wit.
My love is the most immaculate white and red.
Most immaculate thoughts, sir, are massed under those colors.
Define, well-educated infant, define.
The colors of his heart, tongue assists me.
Oh, the most sweet invocation of a child, most pretty and pathetic.
If she be made of white and red, her faults will ne'er be known. For blushing cheeks by faults are bred, and fears by pale white show. Then if she fear or be to blame, for this you shall not know, for still her cheeks possess the same, which native she doth owe. A dangerous rhyme, master, against the reason of white and red.
Is there not a ballad, boy, of the king and the beggar?
The world was very guilty of such a ballad some 3 ages since, but I think now 'tis not be found, or if it were, it would neither serve for the writing nor the tune.
Thou art the subject newly written, so my transgression may have some mighty precedent. But boy, I do love that country girl I took in the park with that rational hind costard. She deserves well.
To be whipped, she had a better love than my master.
Sing, boy, my spirit grows heavy with love.
That's a great marvel, loving a light wench.
Ahem. Sing.
Ahem. I read that once in Africa a prince that there did reign, who had to name Cophetua as Polish name. For better the
Sir, the Duke's pleasure is that you keep the start safe. But in the take, no delight, no one knows the penance, but it must fast 3 days a week. keep out the ball. Very well.
I do betray myself with blushing. Maid.
Ma'am.
I will visit thee at the lodge.
That's your boss.
I know where it is situated.
Oh my God, how wise you are.
I will tell thee wonders.
With that face.
I love you.
So I heard you say.
And so, farewell.
Farewell after you.
Come, Jack, and that's all right.
Thou shalt fast and thou art ordained.
Well, I hope when I do it, I shall do it on a full stomach.
Thou shalt be heavily punished for thy crimes.
Then I am more bound to you than your servants, for they are but lightly rewarded.
Take him away and shut him up.
Come, transgressing slave.
Don't let me be pent up. I will fast, being loose.
No, sir, that were but fast and loose. Thou shalt to prison.
If I have seen the merry days of desolation that I have seen, then some shall see.
What shall some see?
No. Nothing, Master Moat, than what they look upon. It is not like prisoners to be too silent in their words, and therefore I say nothing. I thank God I have as little patience as another man, and I can remain quiet.
I do affect the very ground which is base, where her shoe, which is baser, conveyed by her foot, which is baser, doth drag. Oh, but to love is to be forsworn, which is a great argument of falsehood. And can that be true love which is falsely attempted? No. No. Love is a familiar. Love is a devil. There is no evil angel but love. And yet, Samson was so tempted, and he had a very good strength. And so was Solomon so seduced, and he had a very good wit. Cupid's shaft was too hard for Hercules' club, therefore too much another than a Spaniard's rapier. The first, nor the second cause will not serve my turn. Cupid respects not the pasado, nor the duello. Cupid's shame is to be called a boy, but his glory is to subdue men. Adieu, valor. Rust, rapier, be still, drum, for thy manager is in love. Yea, he loveth. Oh, assist me some extempore god of rhyme, for I am sure I turn sonnet. Oh, devise with right pen, for I am for whole volumes in folio.
Now, madam, summon up your dearest spirits. Consider whom the king your father sends, to whom he sends, and what's his message. Yourself, held precious in the world's esteem, to parley with the sole inheritor of all perfections which a man may owe, matchless Navarre, for a plea of no less weight than Aquitaine, a dowry for a queen. be now as generous of all dear grace as nature was in making graces dear when she did starve the general world beside and generously give them all to you.
Good Lord, Boyette, my beauty, though but average, needs not the fine words of your praise. Beauty is blocked by the judgment of the eye, not uttered by base sail of Chapman's tongue. I am less proud to hear you tell my worth than you, much willing to be counted wise, in spending your wit in the praise line. But now, to task the tasker, you are not ignorant, all telling fame. Doth noise abroad Navarre hath made a vow, till painful study shall outwear 3 years, and no women may approach his silent court. Therefore, seemeth it a needful course, before we enter his forbidden gates, to know his pleasures. And on that behalf, bold of your worthiness, we single you as our best. Tell him, the daughter of the King of France, on serious business craving quick dispatch importunes personal conference with his grace. Haste, signify so much while we attend, like humble visaged suitors, his high will.
Proud of employment, willingly I go.
All pride is willing pride, and yours is so. Who are the votaries, my loving lord and ladies, that are vow fellows with this virtuous Duke?
Lord Longueville is one.
Know you the man?
I know him, madam. At a marriage feast between Lord Perigord and the beauteous heir Jacques Falconbridge. Solemnized in Normandy, saw I this Longueville. A man quite handsome, he is esteemed. Well fitted in arts, glorious in arms. Nothing becomes him ill that he would well. The only blemish in his fair virtue's gloss, if virtue's gloss will stay with any soil, is his sharp wit matched with too blunt a will, whose edge hath to cut, whose will still wills, it should none spare to come within his power.
Some merry mocking, lord, but like it so.
They say so most that most his humours know.
Huh? Such short-lived wits do wither as they grow. Who are the rest?
The young Dumaine, a well-accomplished youth, of all that virtue loved, most power to do most harm, least knowing ill, for he hath wit to make an ill shape good, and shape to win grace though he had no wit. I saw him at the Duke Alisson's once, and much too little of that good I saw is my report of his great worthiness. Another student at that time was there with him. If I have heard a truth, Baron they called him. But a merrier man within the limit of becoming mirth, I never spent an hour's talk with all. For every object one doth catch, the other turns to a mirth-moving jest, which is fair tongue, delivers with such apt and gracious words that Asian ears play truant to his tales, and younger hearings are quite ravished. So sweet and voluble is his discourse.
God bless my ladies! Are they all in love, that every one her own hath garnished with such bedeckling ornaments of praise?
Here comes Boyette.
Now, what admittance, lord?
Navarre had notice of your fair approach, and he and his colleagues in oath were all agreed to meet you, gentle lady, before I came. Mary, this much I have learned. He rather means to lodge you in the field, like one who comes here to besiege his court, than to seek a dispensation for his oath to enter his unpeopled house. Here comes Navarre.
Fair princess, welcome to Navarre.
Fair I give you back again, and welcome I have not yet. The roof of this court is too high to be yours, and welcome to the wide fields too base to be mine.
Well, you shall be welcome, madam, to my court.
I will be welcome then. Conduct
Well, you'll hear me, madam, for I have sworn an oath.
Our Lady's help, my lord. Guilty forsworn.
No, not for the world, fair madam, but by my will.
Why? Will shall break it, will and nothing else.
Your ladyship is ignorant what it is.
Were my lord so, his ignorance were wise, where now his knowledge must prove ignorance. I hear, your grace, you have sworn out hospitality. 'Tis deadly a sin to keep that oath, my lord. Sin to break it. Oh, but pardon me, I am too sudden bold. To teach a teacher ill beseemeth me. Vouchsafe to read the purpose of my coming, and suddenly resolve me in my suit.
Madam, I will, and suddenly, if I may.
You will the sooner that I were away, for you'll prove perjured if you make me stay.
Did I not dance with you in Brabant once?
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
I know you did.
How needless was it then to ask the question?
You must not be so quick.
It is wrong of you to spur me with such questions.
Your wit's too hot, its speed's too fast. You'll tire.
Not to leave the rider in the mire.
What time of day?
The hour fools should ask.
Now fair, the fall your mass,
Fair fall the face it covers.
and brings you many lovers.
Amen. So you be none.
Nay, then I will be gone.
Madam, your father doth intimate to the payment of 100,000 crowns, being but one half of an entire sum, disbursed by my father in his wars, but say that he, or we, since neither have received that fund, there remains yet unpaid 100,000 more. Dear princess, were not his request so far from reason's yielding, well, your fair self should make some argument against some reason in my breast. Go you well satisfied to France again.
You do the king my father too much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name, and so in seeming to confess receipt of that which hath so faithfully been paid.
I do protest I never heard of it. And if you prove it, I'll repay it back, or yield to Aquitaine.
We arrest your word. Well, yet, you could produce acquaintances for such a sum from special officers of Charles's father.
No, satisfy me so.
So please your grace, the packet is not come with that and other specialties are bound. Tomorrow you shall have sight of him.
It shall suffice me, at which point all liberal reason I will yield unto. Meanwhile, receive such welcome at my hand as honor, without breach of honor, may. You may not come, fair lady, in my house, but hereout you shall be so received as to deem yourself lodged in my heart. Your own good thoughts excuse me, and farewell. Tomorrow we shall visit you again.
Sweet health and fair desires consort your grace.
Thy own wish I wish thee in every place.
Lady, I will commit to you my own heart.
Pray you do my accommodations, I would be glad to see it.
Why would you hurt it grow?
Is the fool sick?
Sick at heart.
Alack, let it bleed.
Will that do it any good?
My doctor says I.
Will you prick it with your eye?
No point, with my knife.
How God save thy life?
And yours, from long living.
Cannot stay Thanksgiving.
Sir. Sir. What is that lady saying?
The heir of Alençon. It's Catherine, her name.
A gallant lady. Monsieur, very well.
A woman sometimes.
Perhaps promiscuous in the light. I desire her name.
She hath but one for herself. To desire that were a shame.
Pray you, sir, whose daughter?
Her mother's, I heard.
God's blessings on you.
Good sir, be not offended. She is an heir of Falconbridge.
Nay, my anger is ended. She is a most sweet lady.
Not alike, sir, that may be.
What's her name in the cap?
Rosaline, my good hap.
Is she wedded or no?
To her will, sir, or so.
You're welcome, sir. Adieu.
Farewell to me, sir, and welcome to you.
That last is Barone, the merry madcap lord. Not a word with him, but a jest.
And every jest but a word.
It was well done of you to take him at his word.
I was as willing to grapple as he was to board.
2 hot sheep Samaria.
Wherefore not ships? No sheep, sweet lamb, unless we feed on your lips.
You sheep and I pasture. Shall that finish the jest?
You grant pasture for me?
Oh, not so, gentle beast. My lips are no public property. Restricted they be.
Belonging to whom?
To my fortunes and me.
Good wits will be jingling! But gentles agree. This Civil War wits were better used on Navarre and his bookmen, for here 'tis abused.
If my observation, which very seldom lies, by the heart still rhetoric disclosed with eyes, deceive me not now. Navarre is infected.
With what?
With that which lovers entitle affected, devoted, totally in love.
Your reason?
Why, all his behaviors did make their retire to the court his eye, peeping through desire. His heart, like an agate with your print impressed, proud of his form, in his eye pride expressed. His tongue, all impatient to speak and not see, did stumble with haste in his eyesight to be. All his senses to that sense did make their repair, to feel only looking on the fairest of fair. Methought all his senses were locked in his eye, as jewels in crystal for some prince to buy, who, tendering their own worth from where they were glassed, did point to you, to buy them along as you passed. His face's own margin did quote such amazes, as all eyes saw his eyes enchanted with gazes. I'll give you Aquitaine, and all that is his, and you give him for my sake but one loving kiss.
Come, to our pavilion. Voyage is disposed.
But to speak that in words which his eye hath disclosed, I only made a mouth of his eye by adding a tongue which I know will not lie.
Thou art an old love-monger, and speakest skillfully.
He is Cupid's grandfather and learns news of him. Then Venus be like her mother, for her father is but grim.
What, my mad wenches, do you hear?
No.
Hey then, do you see?
Our way to be gone.
Too hard for me.
make passionate my sense of hearing. Oh, sweet airs. Go, tenderness of years. Take these keys, give enlargement to the swain. I must employ him in a letter to my love.
Oh, master, did you win your love in a French brawl?
What do you mean? Brawling in French?
No, my complete master, but to jig off a tune at the tone's end. To canary toots with your feet. To humor it with turning up your eyelids. To sigh a note and sing a note. Do you note me? Most are affected to these.
How hast thou purchased this experience?
By my observation, but... Oh, the harlot is forgot.
What? Dost thou call my love a harlot?
No, You love to have the whore. But have you forgot your love?
Almost I had.
Negligent students who learn her by heart.
I heart and in heart, boy.
And out of heart, master. All those three I will prove.
What would thou prove?
A man, if I live, and this, by, in, and without, upon the instant. By heart you love her, because your hearts cannot come by her. In heart you love her, because your heart is in love with her. And out of heart you love her, being out of heart, because you cannot enjoy her.
See, I am all these
3 times as much more, yet nothing at all.
Fetch hither this swain, he must carry me a letter.
Message well sympathized. A horse to be an ambassador for an ass.
What sayest thou?
Marry, sir, you must send the ass upon the horse, for he is very slow-gated.
The way is but short. Away.
As swift as lead, sir.
Mary, is lead not a metal, heavy, dull, and slow?
Minimum, honest master. Or rather, master, no.
I say lead is slow.
You are too swift, sir, to say so. Is that lead slow which is fired from a gun?
Oh, the sweet smoke of rhetoric. He reputes me a cannon and a bullet. That's he. I fire thee at this swain.
Thump them and I flee.
A most acute juvenile, most voluble and full of grace. By thy favour, sweet welcome, I must sigh in thy face. Oh, most rude melancholy. Father gives thee place. Oh, my herald is returned.
A wonder, master. His custard and broken in a shin.
Some enigma, some riddle. Come, thy long boy.
No. And no riddle, no sound, no long way to mail, sir.
Oh, pardon me, my stars. Don't be inconsiderate. Take long boy for a soul, and soul for a papa.
Well, would the wise not think the mother? Is not lawn boy a soul?
No, page. No. It is an epilogue or a discourse to make plain some obscure speech that have twofold been said. Oh, I will example. The fox, the ape, and the humble bee were still at odds, being but 3. There, that is the model. Now for the long voice.
I don't want to say the word again.
The fox, the ape, and the humble bee were
Out the door, take me off my attic floor. I don't want a door more. Fox, the ape, humble-bee, and odds being but 3.
Stay out the door, stay with me off my attic.
Which desire another?
The boy is sold the bargain, a goose, that's flat. Your long boy be good, your goose be fat. To sell a bargain well is as cunning as fast and loose. Let me see. Ah. A fat long boy, aye. That's a fat goose!
How did this argument begin?
Oh, by saying the co-star was broken in his shin, and then called you for the long boy. So,
True, true, and thus came your argument seeing the boy's goose, the one that you bought in the end of the market.
Oh, but tell me this. How was there a co-star broken in a ship?
I will tell you sensibly.
Nay, Massimo, I'll speak this on boy that has no feeling of it. Oi, co-star, running out, go safely within, fell over the threshold, and broke my shin.
We'll talk no more in this matter.
Until there's more bats in the shin.
Sir Costard, I will liberate thee.
Oh, there needs one more. I smell some goose, some long boy in this.
Why, my sweet soul, I am setting thee at thy liberty. In freedom in thy person, thou art immured, restrained, captivated, bound.
True, true, and now you will be my purgation and let me loose.
I set thee at thy liberty and release thee from thy imprisonment. Oh, in lieu thereof, I impose on thee nothing but this. Take this letter to the country maid, Japonetta. There is a remuneration. Not follow.
Senor Costard, adieu.
My sweet handsome man's flesh. Oh, my, I can eat you. I will take him for his remuneration. Remuneration? That's a Latin word for 3 farthings, yeah? 3 farthings, remuneration. Fairer name than the French crown. I will never buy and sell out of this word.
My good Ned Costard, most exceedingly well met.
Pray you, good sir, how much pink ribbon can a man buy for a remuneration?
What is remuneration?
Very sir, halfpenny farthing.
Why, 3 farthing worth of silk.
Thank you, good sir. God be with you.
Stay, slave. I must employ thee, as thou wilt win my favor. Good, my name. Do one thing for me.
When will you have it done?
This afternoon.
It will be done, sir, pay you will.
Thou knowest not what it is.
I will know what it is when I have done it, sir.
Thou must know first.
I will come to your worship tomorrow morning.
It must be done this afternoon. Hark, slave, it is but this. The princess comes to hunt here in the park, and in her train there is a gentle lady, and tongue speaks sweetly. They name her name, and Rosalina, they call her. Ask for her. Into her white hand see thou do command this sealed up letter. There's thy guerdon. Go.
Guerdon. Oh, sweet guerdon. Better than remuneration. 11 pence farthing better. It will be done in print, sir. Oh, guerdon. Remuneration.
Aye, forsooth. In love. I that have been love's whip. A very beetle to humorous sigh.
Critic, nay, a night watch constable, than whom no mortal so magnificent. This winding, wimpled, purblind, wayward boy, this senior, junior, giant, dwarf, Don Cupid, this regent of rhymes, lord of folded arms, the anointed sovereign of sighs and groans,
Liege of all loiterers and malcontents, dread prince of plackets,
king of codpieces, sole sovereign of general and trotting officers. Oh, my little heart. To be a corporal of his field, and to wear his colors like an acrobat's hoop. What? I love, I sue, I seek a wife? A wifely, willful creature with a velvet brow, with pitfalls in her face as eyes. And I to sigh for her, to watch for her, to pray for her. Go to, it is a plague that Cupid will impose on me for my neglect, from his almighty little might. Well, I will love, sigh, sue, and groan. Some men must love my lady, and some Joan.
Was that the king that spurred his horse so hard against the rising of the hill?
I did not, but I think it was not he.
Whoever was should have mounting mind. Well, ladies, today we will have our business settled. On Saturday we will return to France. Of course, my friend. Where is the bush that we must stand and play the murderer in?
Hereby upon the edge of yonder bush you may make the first shoot.
I thank my beauty I am fair that shoot, and thereupon thou speakest the fairest shoot.
Pardon me, madame, for I meant not so.
What will I first praise and again say no? Oh, short-lived pride, not fair. Alack for woe.
Yes, madame, fair.
Nay, never paint me now where fair is not praise cannot mend the brow. Here, good my glass. Take this for telling true. Fair payment for foul worth is more than due.
Nothing but fair is thus which ye inherit.
See, my beauty will be saved by merit. Oh, heresy and fair fit for these days. A giving hand, though foul, shall have their praise. But come, the gun. Now mercy goes to kill, and shooting well is then accounted ill, as I for praise alone now seek to spill the poor dear's blood. My heart needs no ill.
Do not cursed wives hold that self-sovereignty only for praise's sake, when they strive to be lords or their lords?
Only for praise when praise we may afford to any lady that subdues a lord.
Here comes a member of the Commonwealth.
God dig it all! Which of you is the head lady?
Thou shalt know her fellow by the rest that have no heads.
Which of you is the greatest, the highest?
The thickest and the tallest.
Ah, the thickest and the tallest. True, it's true. Your waist be as slender as my wits. One of these maids' girdles on your waist should be fit. Are you not the chief lady? You are the thickest here.
What's your will, sir?
I have a letter from Monsieur Baron to one Lady Rosaline.
He's a good friend of mine. Stand aside, good bear. Boy, actually can carve. Break up this capon.
This letter is mistook. It is wrongly delivered. It is writ to Jacquinetta.
We will read it. Break the neck of the wax, and everyone give ear.
By heaven, that thou art fair is most infallible. True that thou art beauteous, truth itself that thou art lovely. The magnanimous and most illustrate King Cophetua did set his eye upon the pernicious and most indubitate beggar Xenophon, and he it was that might rightly say, Weni, witty, weaky. He came, see, and overcame. I am the king, for so stands the comparison. Thyself the beggar, for so witnesseth thy lowliness. Shall I command thy love? I may. Shall I enforce thy love? I could. Shall I entreat thy love? I will. What shalt thou exchange for rags? Robes. For thyself? Me. Thus, expecting thy reply, I profane my lips on thy foot, my eye on thy picture, and my heart on thy every part. Don Adriano de Armado.
What plume is he that wrote this letter? What vein, what weathercock? Did you ever hear better?
I am much deceived, but I remember the style. This Armado is a Spaniard that keeps here in court. A fantasy, a monarcho, and one that makes sport with the king and his bookmates.
Thou fellow! A bird! Who gave thee this letter?
I told you, my lord.
To whom shouldst thou give it?
From my lord to my lady.
From which lord to which lady?
My lord Baron, a good master of mine, to one lady of France that he calls Rosaline.
He has mistaken this letter. Come, ladies, away. Here, sweet, put up this. 'Twill be thine another day.
Who is the suitor? Who is the suitor?
Shall I teach you to know?
I, my continent of beauty.
Why, she that bears the gun. Finally put off.
My lady goes to kill horns, but if thou marry, take me by the neck. If horns that year miscarry, finally put on.
Well, then I am the shooter.
And who is your dear?
If we choose by the horns, yourself come not near.
You still wrangle with her, Boyette, and she strikes at the brow.
But she herself is hit lower. Have I hit her now?
Shall I come upon thee with the old saying that was man when King Pepin of France was a little boy? As touching the hit it.
So I may answer thee with one as old. That was a woman when Queen Guinevere of Britain was a little wench. As touching the hit it.
Thou canst not hit it, hit it, hit it. Thou canst not hit it, my good man.
And I cannot, and I cannot. Another can.
My mark shall have both defeated.
A mark was well shot, for they both did hit it.
Mark. Oh, Mark, but that mark, a mark, says my lady. But that mark have a prick in it. To aim at, and it may be.
Well, Faith, your hand is wrong.
You must shoot nearer, it'll never hit the target.
If my hand be out, then belike your hand is in.
And should we hit the target by hitting the center?
Come, you talk loosely. Your lips grow foul.
Your pricks are too hard. You should challenge her to a bowel.
I fear too much rubbing. Good night, my good owl.
Oh Lord! A swine! A simple clown! How both did me and the ladies did put him down. It's most pathetic. Most pathetic!
worthy of a good cause.
Well, the deer was, as you know, in some dubious.
Truly, Master Holofernes, the epithets are sweetly varied, like a scholar at the least. But, sir, I assure you, it was the bark of the first head.
Sir Nathaniel, hold credo.
It's not an old grey down. It was a cricket.
Most barbarous imitation. Yet a kind of insinuation, as it were his inclination. After his undressed, unpruned, unpolished, uneducated, or rather, unlettered, or ratherist, unconfirmed fashion, to insert again my hot grado for a deer.
I said the deer was not an old grey down. It was a pricket.
Oh, twice sought simplicity, Biscoptus. Oh, thou monster ignorance, how deformed dost thou look.
Sir, he hath never fed at the daintiest that are bred in a book.
Oh.
He hath not eat paper, as it were. He hath not drunk ink. His intellect is not replenished. He is only an animal, only sensible in a duller class.
You two are bookmen. Can you tell me by your wit what was a month old at Old Kingsburn that's not 5 weeks old as yet?
Victina, good Mandel. Victina, good Mandel.
What is Dictymon?
Child to Phoebe, to Luna, to the moon.
The moon was a month old when Cain was no more, and Rothnorth came to 5 weeks when he came to 5 score. Thy illusion holds in the exchange.
'Tis true. The collusion holds in the exchange.
Oh, God comfort thy capacity. I say thy illusion holds in the exchange.
And I say the pollution holds in the exchange. For the moon is never but a month old, and I say beside, 'twas a pricket that the princess killed.
Sir Nathaniel, will you hear an extemporal epitaph on the death of the deer? Oh, and to humour the ignorant, call the deer the princess killed a pricket.
Purgate, good Master Holofernes, purgate. So shall it please you to abrogate scurrility?
I will something affect the letter, for it argues facility. The prayful princess, pierced and pricked a pretty pleasing pricket. Some say sore, but not a sore, till sore be made sore with shooting. The dogs did yell, put L to sore, then sorrel jumps from the thicket, or pricket, or else sorrel. The people follow hooting. But a sore to sore makes 50 sorrels of sorrel. A one sore I am 100 make by adding but one more L.
Rare talent.
The talent be a claw. Look how loathsome was the talent.
All this gift that I have is simple, a foolish, extravagant spirit, full of forms, figures, shapes, ideas, motions, revolutions. This is begotten the ventricle of memory, and nourished in the womb of Biamater, and delivered upon the mellowing of occasion. But the gift is good in whom it is acute, and I am thankful for it.
I praise the Lord for you, sir. Your sons are well tutored by you, and your daughters profit greatly under you. You are a good member of the Union.
Heracles, their sons be ingenious, they shall want no instruction. If their daughters be capable, I will put them to it. But we'll sabbath you, poco locatere, a song feminine saluted us.
Good morrow, good Master Parson. Good Master Parson, would you be so good as to read me this letter? It was given to me by Custard and sent to me by Don Armand. I beseech you read it.
Pardon, sir, what are the contents? My soul, verses.
Aye, sir, and very learned.
Read me our staff, a stanza verse. Legate, Domine.
Thy eye, Jove's lightning, bears his dreadful thunder, which, not with anger bent, his sweet fire. Celestial as thou art, oh pardon, love this wrong, that sings heaven's praise with such an earthly power.
Oh, you find not the apostrophus and so miss the accent. Let me supervise the canzonet. Here are only numbers ratified. What for the elegancy and golden cadence of the poesy, correct. But Damsella Virgin, was this directed to you?
Aye, sir.
I will overview the superscript. To the snow-white hand of the most beauteous lady, Rosaline, I will look again on the intellect of the letter. Your ladyship's in all desired employment. Road. Sir Nathaniel, this Marone is one of the votaries with the king, and he hath framed a letter to the secret of the stranger's queen, which accidentally, or by way of progression, hath miscarried. Trip and go, my sweet. Deliver this paper unto the royal hands of the king. It may concern much, stain not thy duty. I forgive thy compliment. Adieu.
Good concert, come with me. God save your life.
And with you, my girl. Is anyone staying?
You have done this in the fear of God, very religiously. But a certain father saith...
Oh, sir, tell me not of the father. I do fear pretense. But to return to the verses, did they please you, Sir Nathaniel?
Marvelous well for the pen.
I do dine tonight at the father of a certain pupil of mine, where, if before a past you shall gratify the table with a grace, and undertake your benvenuto, where I will prove those verses to be very unlearned, savouring neither poetry, wit, nor invention. Oh, I beseech your society.
I thank you too, sir, for society.
Oh, sir, I do invite you too. You shall not say me nay. Pluck out, Werber. Away. The gentles are to their game, and we will have to our recreation.
The king, he's hunting the deer, and I am chasing myself. I think I've set up a trap. His love is mad. I will not love. If I do, hang me. In faith, I will not. But her eye. Yes, but for her eye, I would not love her. But for her 2 eyes. All I do is lie and lie in my throat. I do love, and it hath taught me to rhyme and to be melancholy. And here is a part of my rhyme and a part of my melancholy. Oh, she hath one of my sonnets already. The clown bore it, the fool sent it, and the lady hath it. Sweet clown, sweeter fool, sweetest lady. By heaven, I would not care a pin if the other 3 were in. Oh, here comes another with a paper. God give him grace to groan. Ay me, sweet Cupid, thou hast thumped him in the bird both in the left hand. In vain, secrets.
So sweet a kiss the golden sun gives not to those fresh morning drops upon the rose, as doth thy face those tears of mine give light through the transparent bosom of the deep. No drop, but as a coach doth carry thee, so ridest thou triumphing in thy woe. Do but behold the tears that swell in me, but do not love thyself. Then thou wilt keep my tears for glasses, and still make me weep. O Queen of Queens, how far dost thou excel? No thought can think, nor tongue of mortal tell. Oh, how shall she know these griefs of mine? I'll drop the paper. Sweetly shade folly. Who is he that comes here? But how Longaville and reading. Listen here.
Now in thy likeness, one more fool appear.
Ay me, I am forsworn.
Why he comes in wearing papers?
Oh, in love I hope. Sweet fellowship in shame.
One drunkard loves another of the name.
Am I the first to have been perjured so?
I could put thee in comfort not by two, that I know.
I fear these stubborn lines lack power to move. Oh, sweet Maria, empress of my love. Stubborn lines will tear and write in prose. The same shall go. Did not the heavenly rhetoric of thine eye, against whom the world cannot hold argument, persuade my heart to this false perjury? Vows for thee broke deserve not punishment. A woman I forswore, but I will prove. Now being a goddess, I forswore not thee. An earthly vow, but a heavenly love. Thy grace cures all disgrace in me. Vows are but breath, and breath a vapor is. Then thou, fair sun, on mine earth dost shine. Exhaleth this vapor vow, and thee it is. If broke by me, what a fool is not so wise to lose an oath and win a paradise?
This is the liver vein that makes flesh a deity.
By whom shall I send this? Company, stay! Oh.
All hid, like an old infant play, like a demigod. Here sit I in the sky, and wretched fool's secrets heedfully before I. Have my wish to maim and form woodcocks in a ditch.
Almost divine Kate,
Almost profane coxcombs.
fair as day. Oh, that I had my wish.
And I had mine!
Oh, and I mine too, good Lord.
I would forget her, but her fever, she reigns in my blood and will remembered be. Oh, once more I'll read the ode that I have writ. On a day, the lack of a day, love whose month is always May, spite of blossom, passing, fair, playing in the wanton air. Oh, through the velvet leaves, the wine, all unseen, and passage find, that the lover wished himself the heavens above. Ere, quoth he, thy cheeks may blow. Oh, ere I might triumph so. But alack, I had you sworn, ere it must be but thy born. Thou, alack, for youth unmeet, youth so apt to pluck a sweet. Do not call it sin in me that I am forsworn for thee. Thou whom Jove would swear Juno but an Ethiop were, and deny himself for Jove, turning mortal for thy love. Yes, this I will send, and something more plain shall express my true love's fasting pain. Oh, that the king, Baron, and Longaville were lovers too. Ill to resemble ill would from my forehead wipe a perjured note, for none offend where all alike do dote.
Do ready? Thy society. You may look pale, but I should blush, I know, to be overheard and taken napkin so.
Come, sir, you twice as much. I have been closely shrouded in this bush and marked you both. both did blush. I've heard your guilty rhymes, observed your fashion, saw sighs reek from you, noted well your passion. "Ay me," says one, "Oh Jove," the other cries. One her hairs were gold, oh crystals the other's eyes. You would for paradise break and Jove for your love. What will Borone say when he shall hear? Such zeal did swear. How will he leap? How will he spend his wit? How will he jump, triumph, and laugh at it? For all the wealth that I ever did see, I would not have him know so much by me.
Now step I forth to whip hypocrisy. Good liege, what grace hast thou thus to reprove these loving worms that art most in love? Are you not ashamed? Nay, are you not, all three of you, thus to be much o'ershocked? What a scene of foolery have I seen, of sighs, of groans, of sorrow, and of teen. With what patience have I sat to see a king transformed into a gnat? Where lies thy grief? Oh, tell me, good Domain, and gentle Longueville, where lies thy pain? And where, my lieges?
Too bitter is thy jest. Are we betrayed by thus thy overview?
Not you to me, but I betrayed by you. I that am honest. I that molded sin to break the vows that I am engaged in. I am betrayed by keeping company with men like you, men of inconstancy. When shall you hear me write a thing in rhyme? For to praise a foot, a face, a breast, a waist, a brow.
What present hast thou here?
Some certain treason.
What makes treason here?
No, nothing makes it, sir.
Well, if it mar nothing neither, then you and treason go away together.
I beseech your grace, how this letter be back? Our parson misdoubts it. 'Twas treason, he said.
Barone, read it over. Where hast thou it?
Oh, the star.
Where hast thou it?
Down at Emmanuel!
How now? What's in you? Why dost thou tear it?
Oh, a toy, my liege. Thou must not fear it.
What is Barone's writing?
And here is his name.
You horse and loggerhead. You're born to do me shame. Guilty, my lord, I do confess it.
Right?
That you three fools lacked me fool to make the company. You, and you, and you, my liege, and I. We are pig purses in love, and we must die. Dismiss this audience, and I shall tell you more.
Now the number is even.
Yes, we are fun.
Hey, sir, away.
Walk aside the true folk and let the traitors stay.
Believe it. Sweet lovers, oh sweet lords, let us embrace. Flesh and blood can be, and young blood cannot obey an old decree. Therefore must we be forsworn.
What, did these torn lines show some love of thine?
Did they, quoth you? Who sees the heavenly Rosaline, and bows not his vassal head, and struck in blind kisses the base with obedient breast? What peremptory eagle-sighted eye dares look upon her majesty, that is not blinded by her?
Oh, what fury, what zeal hath inspired thee? Oh, my love, her gracious moon is an attending star, scarce seen the light.
Then my eyes are not eyes, nor I borrowed, but for my love, day would turn to night. Fie, painted rhetoric, oh, she needs it not.
Oh, but by heaven, thy love is black as ebony.
Is ebony like her? Where is a book that I can give an oath that there is no face so fair that is not full so black?
What paradox! Black is the suit of night, the hue of dungeons, the badge of hell. Beauty's crest becomes the heaven's well.
She is born to make black favor, for her favor turns the fashion of the days. Native blood is counted painting now, and therefore red turns to black to imitate her brow.
To look like her, our chimney sweeper's black.
In her time, her colliers counted bright.
Oh, and Ethiops of their sweet complexion crack.
Oh, dark needs no candles now, for dark is light.
Oh. Your ladies dare not go into the rain for fear of getting their collars washed away.
Oh, 'twere good yours did, for to tell you plain, I'll find a fairer face not washed today.
I'll prove her fair, or talk till doomsday here.
No devil will fright thee as much as she.
I never knew man hold vile things so dear.
Look, oh, here's thy love, my foot in her face seen.
The streets were paved with thine eyes. Her feet would be too dainty to walk on such tread.
Oh, vile! Then as she goes, what upward lies the street should see as she walks o'erhead.
Oh, but what of this? Are we not all in love?
We are all forsworn.
But then, Lord Barone, prove our lovings lawful, and our faith not torn.
Aye, marry there, some flattery for this evil.
Oh, some authority, how to proceed. Some tricks, some quillets, how to cheat the devil.
Some salve for perjury.
'Tis more than need. How about you, then? Consider what you first did swear unto. To study, to fast, and to not see ladies. Black treason against thy kingly state of youth. And in those vows, we have forsworn our books. For when could you, or you, my liege, have found out such fiery numbers as these tutors have enriched you with? A lover's gaze will gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear will hear the lowest sound. Therefore, you will prove to be fools these women to deny, or by keeping what we have sworn. Therefore, let us lose our oaths, or we'll lose ourselves by keeping them.
Saint Cupid, then, and soldiers, to the fields!
Upon them, lords!
Shall we resolve to woo these girls of France?
And win them, too. Well, let us then devise some entertainment for them.